Hello my lovelies and welcome to today's video. My name's Alya and I'm so glad you stopped by. Those of you who've been here before know that this is not our usual setup, but I am still really keen to bring you today's video about the freedom of wrapping. Very perfect theme for Pesach coming on soon, Passover, but also on a personal level, just the beauty and the joy that comes with self-expression and identity and wrapping, creativity of wrapping. I can't wait to show you what I have for you today. So to start with, I've intentionally chosen a really bright but extremely beautiful scarf. Don't know if the camera's reading the colour very well because the lighting is a little bit different today, but this is a very much hot pink, leaning towards magenta a little bit, but hot pink scarf. And I haven't tied it at the back, I've just crossed it over. And I'm just going to lay down a base using this scarf. And I just think it's such a perfect colour scheme for such a happy hug or holiday like Passover. It's really a heroic and joyous time of year, and I think it's an amazing celebration, and it really is a wonderful year to celebrate, because we haven't really had seders like we've had before, because we've had a couple of years off. So this year we can really get back to a really full celebration, and I'm just really keen. I'm actually having guests over this year and it's very exciting times. I'm really excited for it. Another really fun thing that happened this week was a really lovely lady from here on YouTube. You must follow her, Chasing the Tichel, and on Instagram as well. Beautiful Lauren came and visited me at Super and gave me an absolute inspirational lady anyway, the best times. But she really inspired me on a very different level. I bet she doesn't even realize this, but I've been given by Beautiful Lauren this incomplete sari scarf, and it just gave me such ideas about what can be done with a beautiful piece of fabric. It could be a piece of a dress, for example, or a hem, or maybe a belt from a dress. You know, sometimes they come with the same fabric belt as the dress, and you can absolutely use it in your wrap. So the reason I've chosen a really bright scarf is because I really love this half scari that I'm going to be starting with, and it just really reminded me of the same kind of feeling that this scarf gives me. It's so happy. It's just a happy little scarf, and I just want to see a live experiment with you guys how this looks together with such a bright and lively scarf. So the way I was thinking this could work is as a kind of break the pattern, or to break the loudness a little bit of this scarf, and replace it with its own little loudness. I've just folded it in half where the back panel is the width of the scarf, but I'm letting the front bits stay kind of frilly. That makes sense. So you won't be able to see. It's kind of tricky because it's really hard for the camera to capture what's going on. But basically I'm just putting down one panel's worth, and you can adjust it on your head because I did try this just before. Okay, and I think I will have to tie it just once. This is so exciting. I've never actually had a sari before. It's really pretty. And then because I've gone ahead and started creating a pattern here, I might just have to utilize that to follow the pattern on. So right there. And it's got these amazing tails, which I'm just going to feed through. Hoppa. Come on, you my pretty. Maybe I didn't need to tighten it so much when I was tying the pink scarf. Aha! Success. Ta-da! So pretty. Just got to fix that up a little bit now. And with the other side, just going to find a way to lay it nicely. Yeah, it's a good side. And bring it back around, continuing the layers kind of where they stopped. You could probably feed it through again. I wonder if this will work. I might only feed it through one this time. That is gorgeous. I knew this would work because all the patterns really do bring each other out. And you could do something with this. You could pleat it, or you could do something more with it. But the way it works out is they actually hang at slightly different lengths, but it kind of just works. Look at that. You've got this stunning side tail that really just has so much fun and so much life and so much excitement in it. And I'm not wearing a shaper, I'm not wearing a headband, I'm not doing anything. This is just this beautiful pashmina, which I have to say is probably a little bit warm for the weather we're expecting this Passover here in Melbourne. But you know, overall it could be any bright coloured scarf and it would just look so beautiful with these lovely, lovely, beautiful patterns. And I've just realised, which I didn't realise before, is it's actually got a little bit of that hot pink through it, which I did not notice at all before when I was having a play with it. How amazing is this? What a great note to start on. Now, I'm always aware that a lot of women who wrap don't want the fuss of having complications and tricky techniques or having to shove their finger through a tight knot to create a beautiful style. But there are those of you who follow me that are really creative and are looking for a little bit of a challenge. So for this one, we're going to keep it a little bit more simple just to sort of cover everybody's interests. I've just got an equally in half t-shirt material scarf. This one's a little short and not that wide. I'll show you the full width there, so really not that wide at all. Really love it. I used to wear it a lot more than I do these days, but it's just such a comfortable go-to. Matches my outfit today. I'm wearing a lot of grey, a lot of patterns, a lot of grey, so this works well. And there's actually a gap here, so you know, it's completely open here. You can see my hair and everything at the top there. That's because the next step to this is to take a full width like this and flip it back. It creates this amazing tough kind of thing here. Really great if you want to elongate the face. And you just gather it at the back in a little ponytail like this. And then you take this around. There's a knot that happens here. So over and through that ponytail. So the ponytail's still in my hand here. Over and through. Really, really simple loop. And you can actually just leave it like this if you want. Just maybe fix up the bits and pieces to make it look nice. Or you could continue and create more things like that. So just a little tail at the back. And this is where Lauren's beautiful scarves come into play. So my amazing son created these little, he kind of wrapped them up and put them all in a little baggie for me, which was really sweet of him. And I actually just absolutely love it. Like my initial thought was, yes, definitely have this sari made. But then I just thought, how much more potential does it have as separate pieces? So I probably will have it sewn for me one day, but I'm going to have a little play with them and get excited about them first. Now this piece of fabric really grabbed my eye because when you're wearing a lot of grey and black and white like I am today, why not introduce a pop of colour? I am with my makeup. I've got a lot of pink on in my eyes, but why not introduce a stunning piece of fabric? It could be just something from the fabric store, it could be a piece of lace, it could be anything. And it's just so pretty. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this gap here underneath. Be careful not to ruin these beautiful folds that have just so lovely how they just fell into place. So what you could do is you could definitely put that down before you flip that piece of fabric back at the beginning, because what just happened there is I kept on catching my hair underneath and it was just a little bit annoying, a little bit uncomfortable. Anyway, so just, I've never done this particular style before, so it's a little bit trickier without the mirror. So you've got this beautiful piece here. I'm going to get the green out to really shine on one side, and maybe I'm actually going to take advantage of the fact that part of it's hidden and get the red or the kind of mulberry colour out on the other side. And I'm going to use these two to go underneath the ponytail, crisscross, and then tie it on top of the ponytail. Oops, just make sure that it's the ponytail of the scarf, not your hair. And you get this stunning situation here with just a tiny little pop of colour without being too, you know, too crazy or too anything. Now, my hair's really super clean, so things are slipping and sliding today. You can definitely wear a headband or shapewear. I just don't love doing it for these videos because I just feel like it's just an extra step, and I'm about to take the tickle off, and also can sometimes snag on my hair. I'm taking them on and off a lot, whereas if I'm wearing it all day, I absolutely love my headband. There's so much potential in these little bits of fabric. This beautiful piece here, I can just look at the ones that are on display behind me. There's so many that it would just suit perfectly, looks so nice with. But also just even matching something like this beautiful one with just a black base. Even say in wintertime, if you're wearing a black hat, just to have a little bit of ribbon kind of thing going on just to dress it up a little bit. Absolutely beautiful, so much potential there. And it's a beautiful beige too, it's not white, which is lovely. Got gorgeous cool colors combined with beautiful warmer creamy tones, which has a lot of potential, and gorgeous bright colors with it. I don't think that it needs more than this. Actually, I'm really quite keen to do maybe a half wrap with something like this one day. It's just really pretty. Leave this one not too far away, so that'll be easy to do. I've actually got outfits as well that having a pop of color like this would really tie everything together. Got this other one, beautiful tones here, which is very much my cup of tea, loving it. So there's lots of things ahead, but this particular one really caught my eye. How beautiful, how absolutely stunning is this piece of, looks like silk. I don't think it is, but it plays on the light just like silk does. Imagine having a beautiful teal outfit or blue outfit and being able to introduce this pop of color with just a beautiful plain, perhaps teal pashmina underneath, something a little bit more deep, and having this as this pop of color highlight. This could be a really dressy way to, you know, just elevate any kind of scarf. I just want to show you how something like this has endless potential. So I've pulled out this scarf. It's a very beautiful scarf in and of itself. It's got these stunning red colors, beautiful reds and greens in the flowers, whites. And what I love about the scarf, I've worn it before in a video, it's got a pattern on either side, but nothing in the middle. The middle is completely plain. So the design elements for a tichel are absolutely endless. So I've just crisscrossed it at the back. I haven't tied it. I'm just going to take the blunt side and bring one over. So the open side is at the back, as you can see there a little bit. Drop it down. And this is the point where I'm going to introduce this one. So it goes underneath. I'm going to keep it fairly equal. Just bring it out. Just make sure I haven't got more on one side than the other. I'm going to let the tichel decide how it's going to sit. I'm just going to flatten this out a little bit because I just noticed that it's bubbling somewhat. Now in the setup that I have today, some of you have heard in the previous video that I do not have my current setup at the moment because Passover is on its way, and that just means some things for the house. Okay, bringing this over with it, placing it down. Now we're going to figure out what to do with this one. This goes underneath this time, and bring the blue one over the top, just together like that. I'm just going to tie it off before I do anything else because there's a lot of fabric there now. Probably a lot easier with the shaper. Okay, and now the fun begins. So now what we can do, I'm just going to move a little bit closer so you can all see. Bring this out forward a bit. It's just going to pop out with this tiny little bit of peekaboo, here I am to confuse you kind of thing going on. And it's going to do the same thing back here towards the back there. And then you've got this stunning colors here. You've got this beautiful geometrics here. And I'm just going crazy about how much potential this sari has, because, or any sari has. It could be absolutely any of these pieces that we've got here. Look at this. Or maybe even with the green really being highlighted. Just imagine that. It has so much potential. I just can't get over it. Whereas to layer this with the obvious choice would be like a red or a cream or a green, might not be necessary. And also you'll end up with so much fabric, you'd really need a shaper. Whereas because you're only dealing with the tiniest amount of fabric or a half wrap, you can actually get away with a lot. In fact, I'm really keen to try this exact same wrap with maybe a bit of floral lace or maybe something like that, or something that's got some more flowers in a different kind of fabric, maybe some embossed velour or something like that, just to really create that depth. Because on its own, this scarf is really stunning, but it's just a little bit one-dimensional because it is just those really conventional colors, the navy, the red and the green. I would have loved just a pop of yellow in there or something just to really take it to the next level. And I feel like introducing a little, maybe even a red sash of some sort with a pattern through it, could be really cute. So lots of ideas, lots of creativity in this space. I hope you lovelies enjoyed today's video. Again, I apologize for this half-baked setup. I promise to bring it all back to normal once all the festivities are over, which will be when the next video will go up. There's been a lot of work going down in this household, just not much in the video space, but we'll be back full force. I've got lots of ideas, lots of things prepared to bring you, and once everything is settled down and the house looks like it usually does again, and all the tables and chairs have gone back to normal and all the foil has been taken down. So I'm really looking forward to that. For following everything along, and I'll try my best to post some bits and pieces about Passover and take photos of the family and things like that, because it's also school holidays. Head over to Instagram definitely and follow me there. Subscribe here to make sure that you don't miss out on the next video going up, because it is a little bit out of schedule sometimes, just fitting in with being a single mum and having 2 jobs and all this sort of stuff, but I love doing this, so make sure you subscribe so that you don't miss out. For more Tichel tutorials, there is a whole catalogue, years and years and years of creativity in this channel, so definitely head over there to the Tichel's catalogue just to see other tutorials and things like that. Wherever you are around the world, my lovelies, I hope you're having an amazing day. For those who observe, have a beautiful kosher Pesach. For those of you who celebrate Easter, have a lovely, lovely, happy Easter. And those of you who are just enjoying some seasonal change, wherever you are, please stay safe, stay happy, and I'll see you very soon on the next one. Bye.